everybody, Jim here. Welcome back for another exciting edition of SHOREVIEWKEN, where today we're taking a look at one of my personal favorite puzzle games ever. It's called YOSHI no PANEPON. You might know it better as Tetris Attack, and we have another outstanding guest reviewer helping us out today. So everybody, prepare yourselves, because here comes Zuvi.
Here comes a new challenger!
Hello guys, so this is Zuvi from Zuvi's Game Room, and I'm going to be talking about YOSHI no PANEPON. So this game, just a little bit of a background. I got this game from when I was in Japan. So we had a get together with my mom's cousin, or my mom's relatives, and one of the ladies who was my mom's cousin brought me this game for Game Boy, because Game Boy was the thing back then, in the 90s. So I was super excited because, you don't really get new games that often when you're this young. So I was excited to play this game, and I was never good at it. It was one of the few games that I was given that I didn't ask for. So I guess my mom's cousin thought that, I would enjoy it. So she got me the game, and I was very excited. And I later found out that this game was never released outside of Japan, and that this was like a port of a game that was only in the US called Tetris Attack. So as you might already know, Tetris Attack is not like Tetris, and it plays very differently since you don't have any dropping pieces, like vertically dropping pieces. You start off with the pieces already on the bottom, and then you have to rearrange the tiles, which keeps piling up, so that you match 3 or more tiles of the same type by switching them around, switching places. So this was the first time I played a puzzle game that wasn't like Puyo Puyo or Tetris that drops from the top down to the bottom. This one already had the pieces on the field, and you had to rearrange them. And I thought it was very cool because Yoshi is cute. I didn't know about Yoshi that much back then, so I don't know the characters, or I didn't know about the characters, but I still enjoyed it. It was the first time I played a game like this with Yoshi, and because I never had a Yoshi game, this was my first Yoshi game. So yeah, and of course it's on the Game Boy, so it doesn't look as good as the American version on the Super Nintendo, but I think it's still worth checking out if you're looking for like Japanese exclusive Game Boy games or cute looking Game Boy games, or if you like puzzle games.
First of all, I want to give a big thank you and shout out to Zuvi for joining me today. She's someone I've been following on YouTube for a long time, and she has a very deep knowledge of Japanese games, which I guess is why she chose YOSHI no PANEPON for today's review, because initially I mistakenly thought she was referring to PANEPON, aka Tetris Attack. But a little bit of a history lesson, because this series is just a tiny bit confusing. The first game in the series was called PANEPON, and it was published in Japan by Nintendo in 1995. In 1996, it was ported to North America, and just like when Nintendo converted Puyo Puyo into Kirby's Avalanche, PANEPON became Tetris Attack and featured Yoshi and other Super Mario characters instead of the characters created for PANEPON. Then Nintendo ported Tetris Attack back to Japan for the Satellaview, a gaming broadcast service similar to the Sega Channel, and changed the title to YOSHI no PANEPON, and after that they released a Game Boy version only in Japan, also called YOSHI no PANEPON, and here we are. If you ask me, the best games on the Game Boy have always been the puzzle games. They're perfect for gaming on the go, and even among such a plethora of great puzzle games like Tetris, Puyo Puyo, and Kirby Kira Kira Kids, this stands out as potentially the best puzzler on the console. If you're already familiar with Tetris Attack, the gameplay here is the exact same. As the screen continually scrolls upward, you swap the various tiles around to match them up, create combos, and clear them from the screen. It's a very simple premise and very fun and addictive, as any good puzzle game should be. It's a Game Boy game, so You won't be too blown away by the visuals or anything, but the usage of Mario characters such as Yoshi, Bowser, and Lakitu is a nice addition for Nintendo fans, and the sound design is really good with a pretty decent soundtrack and very Game Boy-esque sound effects that'll certainly touch a nostalgic nerve. Indeed, all things considered, this is an awesome puzzle game that if you're a fan of the genre, you should definitely give a try. So thank you again to Zuvi for joining me today. Go and have a look at her channel, Zuvi's Game Room, for more great gaming videos. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time on Show Reviewken.